Hello Muggles and welcome back to my Harry Potter Kitchen, the YouTube series where I am baking my way through the Harry Potter books, making a recipe for all the food and drink featured inside. If you missed last week's episode where we made these incredible human-friendly dog biscuits with a hidden chocolate centre, then check out the links down below in the description to catch up. But it's another Magic Monday, so let's see what's waiting for us today. If you're a fan of the Harry Potter series and you don't want to miss a thing from my Harry Potter kitchen, then make sure you hit that subscribe button and click on the notification bell so you get an alert every Monday when there is a brand new video. But without further ado, let's get back into it. Okay, so Harry and Hagrid are making their way through Gringotts and they've just got to his vault and he's got a pretty handsome fortune, so he's picked up some wizarding money. Hagrid has also gone and picked up something suspicious looking from one of the vaults. I don't know, maybe we'll find out about that later. Harry's now making his way along Diagon Alley and picking up lots of fun stuff for school. He's just bumped into Draco Malfoy and I don't think that will be the last we'll be seeing of him, but not a massive fan. But thankfully, we've just been saved by Hagrid outside of the window and I think I can see our next recipe. Harry was rather quiet as he ate the ice cream Hagrid had bought him. Chocolate and raspberry with chopped nuts. Looks like we're making ice cream again. For this recipe, you'll need to make your ice cream with 500 milliliters of double cream, 1 can of condensed milk, half a tablespoon of vanilla, 150 grams of raspberries, 15 grams of golden caster sugar, 100 grams of dark chocolate, and 75 grams of milk chocolate chips. For our bubble waffle wraps, you'll also need 240 grams of self-raising flour, 4 tablespoons of corn flour, 2 tablespoons of custard powder, 200 grams of sugar, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 4 eggs, 2 tablespoons of oil, half a tablespoon of vanilla, 100 milliliters of evaporated milk, and food colouring in your assorted Hogwarts house colours. To decorate, we're also going to use some squirty cream and chopped nuts. So the book has actually given us quite a good description here so we know what we can make. For the chocolate ice cream, I'm going to make a rich double chocolate ice cream with chocolate chips in it. And for the raspberry ice cream, we're going to do the classic raspberry ripple. To serve these, we're going to do it in the very trendy bubble waffle wraps, which you might have seen on Instagram. So I'm going to show you how you can make your own at home. To begin, we're going to make our ice cream flavours, starting off with our chocolate. Place a saucepan on a medium heat with a small amount of water in the bottom. Place a bowl on top, making sure it doesn't touch the water, and then break up your chocolate bar into small chunks to help it melt faster. Once the chocolate starts to melt, give it a stir to help it melt evenly. Keep on mixing until it's nice and smooth. Once it's ready, take the bowl off the heat and pop it to the side to cool. Next, it's time to make our raspberry ripple sauce by adding some fresh raspberries to your pan along with your sugar. Bring this up to the boil and as it heats, stir it round to break up some of the fruit. Once it reaches boiling point, start your timer for 5 minutes and allow it to bubble rapidly while it thickens up. Stir it round to break up some of the fruit. Once it's ready, you want to remove this from the heat and place your puree into a sieve. Press the fruit through until all that's left in the sieve is your seeds. Don't forget to scrape off any puree on the bottom of the sieve just to make sure we get every last drop. You can then give your nice smooth sauce a stir. For this recipe, we're going to use our super simple ice cream base, which is really easy for you to make at home and it doesn't require an ice cream machine. It's really versatile and you can use it for loads of things. If you want some inspiration, then check out the My Harry Potter Kitchen playlist where you'll find a giant chalk ice recipe and our Harry Potter sundae. To make the base, pour your double cream into a bowl and add in your vanilla extract. Whisk this on a medium speed until it begins to form soft peaks. Next, you want to add in your can of condensed milk and then keep on whisking for about another 1 to 2 minutes until it forms stiff peaks. By this point, your chocolate should be at room temperature, so you want to add half of your cream mixture into your chocolate and then fold it through. Keep on mixing until it's nice and smooth, and then it's time to add in your chocolate chips. Fold these through too, and then place your ice cream into some Tupperware, pop the lid on top, and then place it into the freezer to set. For our raspberry ripple ice cream, we're going to take a slightly different approach and layer the layers of our ice cream and our sauce. Place an even layer of your ice cream into the bottom of your tin, and then drizzle thin layers of your sauce over the top. Repeat this process with more ice cream and then more sauce until all your mixture is used. Just before we pop it into the freezer, we're going to take a skewer to marble the ripple through. Place this in the freezer with your other ice cream and allow them to chill for at least 4 hours. When your ice cream is almost ready, you can get on to making your waffle wraps, and for this we're going to make some bubble waffle wraps, which you might have seen as they exploded on Instagram. You can also find them in street food stores around the world, but they are really easy to make at home, so I'm going to show you how you can do it. For the bubble waffles, you want to start by mixing your dry ingredients in a bowl. That's your flour, sugar, salt, corn flour and custard powder. Give it a good mix until it's nice and combined, and then set it to one side. We also want to mix our wet ingredients together, so crack your eggs into a jug, add in your evaporated milk, oil and vanilla, and then whisk through. Make a well in the middle of your dry ingredients and then slowly pour in your wet. Whisk this through until you get a nice smooth paste, and it will be quite thick, slightly more thick than a pancake batter, but don't worry, you don't need to add any extra liquid as it will loosen when it cooks. To add an extra bit of Harry Potter magic to this recipe, I am dyeing our bubble wraps into the 4 colours of our Hogwarts houses. It's just a bit of fun, but you can also give them to your favourite Gryffindor, Slytherin, Ravenclaw or Hufflepuff. You'll also need to get yourself a bubble waffle iron, and once you've got this, make sure it's nice and clean before you start heating it up to temperature. Once it's nice and hot, you want to grease it slightly just to make sure our waffles don't stick, and then add in about 4 tablespoons of our mixture. Spread it gently, but don't worry about spreading it all the way to the edges, as it will expand slightly when it begins to cook. These will take about 4 to 5 minutes, but make sure you don't open them too soon, as otherwise your bubbles will collapse. When you do check on them, be as quick as you can, look to see if it's nice and golden, and if it is, you are good to go. Take your bubble waffles off and place them onto a plate while you get yourself a cone. Fold the bubble wrap slightly and then push them into your cone so they are nice and easy to serve. Repeat this process for the rest of your Hogwarts colours and you're almost good to go. About 5 minutes before you're ready to serve, take your ice cream out of the freezer just to let it soften up slightly, and then scoop your ice cream into your cones. I've gone for a scoop of our double chocolate chip and a scoop of our raspberry ripple in each. To make these extra indulgent, I've also finished them off with a good helping of squirty cream and a sprinkling of chopped nuts. So there you have it. Our chocolate and raspberry ice creams are complete and are the perfect treat to reward yourself after a hard day at Diagon Alley. I hope you enjoyed this week's recipe from my Harry Potter kitchen, and if you did, let me know down below in the comments what you thought. That is all for now, but if you want to see more, make sure you hit that subscribe button, click on the notification bell so you don't miss a thing, and I will see you